Welcome back to our coverage of the SCW Football Championship of 2022. This is Game 2. The Red Raiders arrived early, focused, and with redemption on their minds. This doesn't appear on the surface like a team that is down 0-1. But that trait is exactly what makes the Raiders who they are. They have to win not one, but 2 games to save their season and defend the championship that they have kept within the family for several years. Aquill, Scorpio, Upshaw, who we haven't seen on the football field in several years, is finally back today to help his old team try to make a comeback in this series. There will be no Mike Kozisky in today's game. Mike has apparently been wrestling with whether or not he even wants to continue his athletic career at all in SCW Sports. Right now, both sides agreed that it was best he remain on the sidelines until he can work out what he wants to do with his future. The Blue Freaks are 1 win, 6 touchdowns away from being the first team to defeat the Red Raiders in a football series ever. As customary, there are no intros for Game 2. No pomp and circumstance here. Game 2 is simply an opportunity for the losing team to show they belong on the field with the other team. And that is the Red Raiders' challenge today. The Blue Freaks will get first ball since the Red Raiders got first ball in Game 1.
Had a long night's sleep that night. We lost that game, but that was round 1. This is round 2. That's all it was round 1. It's round 2, bro.
Nick has always made it clear what he believes, that football is akin to war. He wants only the players who are most ready to fight to take into this battle. You're certainly expecting a battle today. Team Blue took round 1, and the Red Raiders look to even the score up today. Coach Rasheen, who some would say was the star of Game 1, certainly a catalyst for the Blue team's victory, is back on the sidelines today. Game 2 of the 2022 SCW Football Series begins when we return. The Blue Freaks start on offense with Sean commanding the offense at quarterback. They get off to a fast start and they look to run a no-huddle offense. They've planned this opening attack out ahead of time, and now it is time to execute against the Red Raider defense. Speaking of returning players, JT Warrior makes the diving catch as Sean Monaghan implores his team to go ahead and get dirty. Sean looks to JT again, but that time it goes off his chest and almost ends up in number 12's hand, going back the other way. No trickery there. Sean Bruiser throws a seam route to Carl Watts, who makes the catch in the end zone for the first touchdown of the day. The Blue Freaks are on the board first. Now, a chance for the Red Raiders to show if their practice and preparations have paid off as they take the ball on offense. And they go all the way downfield. And just like that, we are tied up in this game. Jamar Gates gets past two defenders and makes the catch while staying in bounds. Jamar may be the best player in the league at keeping his balance on the sidelines while making catches.
We're all playing on the same field, right? So let's beat them.
Another score. Do we have a shootout brewing? Or will one of the defenses tighten things up when we come back? Sean admitted before the game to feeling a bit nervous, even saying he had a bad feeling about the game ahead. But that kind of nervous energy can become contagious. I wonder how many Hindu squats he did this time around. Brian Lalli has stepped his game up this season on run coverage. Nick Diacino, handing the baton over now to Andrew Rohrbach at quarterback. Nick says that Andrew isn't a traditional quarterback, but that he knows the offense and he knows how to win. And that is a big part of the job. Rohrbach at quarterback. A bit unconventional, perhaps, but still effective. We are seeing a night and day difference in the performances of Brian Lalli and Kaleem Duncan in this game too. And if you ask them, they will tell you their equipment have quite a bit to do with it.
Hear what you guys are doing from here.
Long deliberation in the huddle by the Red Raiders, certainly longer than the 40-second clock should allow.
Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Let's see what they came up with all that time.
Ready, go! Whoa, Mississippi! Hey, Mississippi! Whoa! Ready! Set, go! Whoa, Mississippi! Two, Mississippi! Three, Mississippi!
Speaking of unconventional, Andrew Rohrbach on the scramble evades Sean, briefly leaves his feet to make the throw to Brian in the end zone. They wouldn't teach that at any quarterback camp, but it is effective here nonetheless. The Red Raiders back on offense with Diacino at the helm. Another example of where defenses have to pick their poison against Nick. If you don't blitz him, he's going to pick you apart with all of that time in the pocket. If you do blitz him, he is then able to take off and run. And once he begins mixing in the pump fakes, what exactly is a defense to do? It is a question many have struggled to answer over the years.
Yeah, you ride that ball. Over the back, the back.
We aren't really getting to see a true back and forth between Sean and Nick at quarterback, as every time Sean seems to get going early on offense, he's eventually taken out of the game and replaced. Why is that? I'm not sure. Once he comes back in, he seems out of sync. Kaleem Jeffe Duncan comes down with his first interception of the game and his second of the season. It seems every year he has played, we have seen him go up in that same fashion and come down with the jump ball, whether he is on offense or defense. A ball directed in Brian Lalli's direction goes through his hands, and I think you can see the smoke coming off of that football on that pass. Coach Rasheen has been using a technique on the sideline throughout the series, trying to assist the defense by calling out players' names. Problem with this most of the time is that Nick is simply too good at looking one way, pivoting his hips on the drop back and throwing to someone else. The Blue Freaks players seem to be getting annoyed by this technique from their coach as well right now. Even Coach Rasheen seems a bit perplexed at this point, giving some pretty unclear insights to his team, such as, they are going to try something, watch it. A statement like that is most likely only making the blue team more nervous than anything. Heck, Rasheen himself may be nervous. He's never been a few touchdowns away from an SCW Sports championship. Rasheen is in his second ever game, coaching, going scheme for scheme against the Red Raiders. Goodness, how on earth did that pass get through? We're going to have to see that from another angle. There is that Carl Watts. The Red Raiders have found a way to confine him for most of the game, but finally the Blue Freaks draw up a way to get him loose. The Blue Freaks, no surprise here, they're going to go for it on two and make use of the league's new rules on two-point conversions, allowing an extra offensive blocker. But now being just one touchdown away from defeat, is it too late? Is it simply too little too late in terms of cracking the Red Raiders' Game 2 defense? Another missed catch, and it seems someone has come down with a case of the dropsies. But with the way Nick is at quarterback, typically you can expect Scorpio will be getting more throws headed his direction. Nick has a stubborn, almost to a fault, belief in his teammates. Aquill has dropped a number of passes, but these balls are not even finding his hands. Most are hitting off of his forearms, and that is a ball tracking issue that comes down really to hand-eye coordination. Keep in mind that this is Aquill's first SCW football game in 3 years. It's going to take more than an hour and some practice to knock off all that rust.
Right.
Another possible touchdown strike goes up in smoke as Aquill is unable to reel it in. Now, there are drops, and there are drops that are caused by good pass defense. And this was a case of good pass defense by Gates, playing it the entire way through, keeping his hands active. Gates did just enough to disrupt another homing missile from number 12 directed at Aquill Upshaw. But regardless, in the Red Raider huddle, the mentality is on to the next play. It's rare that we will see or hear someone pointing fingers in the Red Raiders huddle. A ball directed in Brian Lalli's direction goes through his hands, and I think you can see the smoke coming off of that football on that pass. That pass floats just above Kaleem's fingertips, and the blue team is going to take it all the way back, yes, for the pick six touchdown.
They switch.
I know, they're flipping things by us. You're saying, here, beat them. I got it.
Same thing as the last game.
Focus your attention on the guys that they need.
Okay. I know, it's like this garbage. We gotta get creative here. And
That's just
we're
lazy.
lazy inside
That's
of this.
just game. So we get some. So we got repeat. So one person jumps this way. So look. So this is me. Scorpio, I'm going. Alright. How many are there?
Okay. Like 8.
Alright. As many as you think. Okay. Okay. And then you know who you are?
Keep it simple.
You got one left. You got one left. You got one left.
Hey!
Andrew drops back to pass. Brian comes down with it, and the race is on. Carl won't catch him. No one will catch him. He is greeted only by his teammates in the end zone. Touchdown. Raiders win. Carl Watts and Brian Lalli, two of the most dangerous players on the field due to their game-breaking speed. We saw Carl do the burning in Game 1. And this time around, it is Carl Watts getting burned by Brian in the most pivotal of moments on the game-winning play. A memorable image. We've seen both of these two go kick for kick on the kickball field. We've seen them chase each other around on the basketball court. And now they have gone head-to-head in this football series. Round 1 went to Carl Watts and the blue team. Round 2 will go to Brian and the Raiders. And now, because of the red team's victory today, we will now see who will win round 3 in the championship game. It should be a treat.
My ankle coming down. Yeah, bro. Dig it. Dig it. I did. Good. We told them we was gonna beat them. We definitely did. That first game they got lucky. They ain't getting lucky no more.
I got lucky today. No, except we got lucky.
That wasn't luck, bitch. I wasn't playing for real last game. For real.
We came here with a mission to win. It's exactly what we did.
3-round fight. They won round 1, we won round 2, and round 3 is coming.
I'm gonna take off. Check this picture. I'm gonna take off.
Why would game 2 be up?
We'll do our best.
I thought he was a private school. That was stupid.
Coming game 3. Right?
Come to game 3. All the girlfriends, all the wife, can come to game 3.
Can I have an interview with the coach?
Come on, Shane. How you doing?
So, hello, how are you? I'm doing well. I just watched a great game. So you guys lost this one, but it's 1-1 now.
Yeah,
so
1-1.
all evened up.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by anything this game? Anything you didn't expect? Did you think kind of have the same like strategy going in?
Yeah, I was surprised by Nick playbook. Nick did his thing. I ain't gonna lie. Brian did his thing. I named Brian the player of the game. He did his thing. Jeff did his thing. Andrew, he was. I think we did good at shutting down Andrew, but it was really Brian. Brian did his thing and Nick did his thing. Brian played the game.
Did you make any mental notes to think about during the game that you're gonna kind of go over and come up and use it for your plays for game 3?
Yeah, we gotta make Nick uncomfortable. We gotta shut Brian down. Brian is my main focus for game 3.
He is one to watch.
Yeah,
that is
Brian.
true.
Yeah, definitely
He's
Brian.
consistently dangerous.
I know he just out of pocket.
Yeah.
Thank
Well, you guys did great.
Thank you.
Great game,
Game
and
3.
we'll
Game
see you
3 is all
soon. We'll
good.
see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
We're trusting the red team. Game 3.
Game 3, it's all good.
Yeah.
With you with the first play, I was like, okay, man, do that. I feel like there's a number 2 coming on our way. I said it. I said I wasn't playing the first game, and that's why we lost.
That means you got to be here for game 3.
I'm going to be. I promise that. I gotta finish this thing. Hey.
Can I have a quick interview with Andrew? I have a couple questions. Andrew, so you're holding that trophy a little soon, but I mean a little. One can't say you're presumptuous because you'll probably end up with it, but that's true. You've been taking good care of it since last year? Of course. Question, would you say that psychological torment is one of your methods against the other team? We couldn't help but notice constant mocking, smart comments, and just general disparaging. Particularly of Carl.
Yeah, Carl, him and I grew up together, so it's always a good fun. But the rest of the team, yeah, definitely. I gotta get in their heads.
It seems to be effective, and if I may say so, I think you should keep it up in game 3. You're great at it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
No, that's what I mean.